So my name is Jennifer.
My name is Kim.
My name is Anastasia Lidke.
My name is Ashley Allen.
My name is Jordan.
My name is Kimberly.
My name is Beth. And this is Anna. She's my sister.
We had a miscarriage in December. It was exactly at 12 weeks, and I ended up telling my whole family at 11 and a half. So we had to break the news to everyone.
I've had 3 miscarriages, and we delivered a baby last October, baby girl, Penelope.
I found out I miscarried at 16 weeks after I had told work and a lot of people, and it was really difficult for me.
I woke up with a really bad pain and I knew something was wrong, and I went to the doctors and found out that I was having an early miscarriage.
I had a 20-week loss of twins, a boy and a girl. Their names were Grace and Savage.
We had been trying for a year before I got pregnant the first time and ended up having a miscarriage. 6 months later, got pregnant again, miscarried again.
They kind of told me what was happening. And I went into a trauma room for more privacy, and I lost the baby on the day I was going to tell everyone, and it was 2 weeks before Christmas.
He was deprived of oxygen during labor, and I had an emergency C-section, and they got him out really, really quick, but unfortunately it wasn't quick enough. And so he had brain damage. It's called HIE, and he ended up, his organs shut down. So we had 8 hours with him in the NICU before he passed away.
It was kind of questions like you're 30, you've been married, are you thinking about having children? And we had other things in mind, and it's all of this pressure, and it's that's, I started feeling as if I was invaluable if I didn't have a child. And so I think that going through this experience kind of added to that a little bit, because afterwards, you start thinking about your body, and you're okay, well, this happened to me. Is this going to happen to me again? Am I going to be able to carry children? Am I going to be able to, start a family? And, all of these things start going in your mind, and you start, doubting yourself. So it was really tough.
The pain that you feel and the trauma really connects you to other people, and you realize how much support you have in life. I found out I was pregnant with this baby in March, and I'm due November 21st with another little girl.
So after my loss, I had a hard time, and I was afraid to get pregnant again because I felt that something was wrong since everything had been going well. I was kind of looking for answers, so I found a specialist at Yale who did a lot of blood work testing for my husband and I. That all came back fine, except I found out I have a blood clotting disorder. So they thought that the placenta clotted with our last baby, and that's why we lost her. So this time around, I'm on blood thinners called Lovenox that I have to inject once a day into myself, and everything's going well. So I'm currently 36 weeks.
Diagnosed with unexplained infertility, and did about 8 months of various treatments and 2 rounds of IVF. So second round worked. I swear these are happy tears now. This baby, it's baby girl. She's due November 10th, so it's coming up. Very exciting. Good pregnancy so far, so all good things.
So kind of fast forwarding a little bit, the doctors said that it was kind of a freak thing. We were healthy, thank goodness, that another child, it was very unlikely that anything like that would happen to us again. So we got pregnant on sometime in December. We found out we were pregnant with a baby, and so she's a girl. She's actually due on Wednesday, so in 3 or 4 days, but they'll let us get to another week just as long as everything looks healthy. And we're just really excited. She might be dressed like a lumberjack with a few bows, but we just can't wait to meet her.
We're expecting with my sister carrying our baby girl, and her name is going to be Charlotte Grace after the last daughter we lost. And we had some difficulties medically after the loss of our twins, so I couldn't carry, and my sister offered to carry for us. So we're 22 weeks pregnant now, and we're really close as a family. So we're sisters, and we actually married cousins. So our families are really close, and we live right next door to each other. So we've been, throughout the process, really close. And we're super excited about our baby, and she's due in February.
My biggest advice, if you have anyone that has had a miscarriage, is to just ask them, do you want to talk about it? I think that was the main key thing that I needed, because my husband couldn't relate. I really needed that mother figure in my life to talk to me about it. I ended up having my husband's aunt, who is his godmother, who I'm super close with. She has no kids. She's fabulous and just rocking out with life. She drinks a lot of wine. She's just really out there and outgoing. And I ended up going to her house, drinking some champagne, and just crying my eyes out to her for a couple of hours. And that was the only thing that really, that was it. I got it out. We talked about it. We talked about it for hours. She just sat there and listened while I cried and was upset. It was awesome. That was what I needed. Due December 6th, and we're planning another home birth. Everything's going fabulous. I am going to be 31 weeks on Wednesday. Pregnancy has gone wonderful. I couldn't love this pregnancy more.
When you feel the gratitude of a successful pregnancy, you realize like that nothing else really matters, and there's nothing really to stress about. Everything's going to be fine. And I just feel super lucky that I only had to deal with that one miscarriage, and I feel super lucky that I was easily able to become pregnant afterwards. And I'm really excited, and we get to have our 2 little girls, so it's really great.
I think the meaning of a rainbow baby is really important. It's not something I knew about before I had a loss, and it kind of helped me realize that miscarriage is common, and a lot of people don't talk about it. They never talked about it in the past, and now, more and more people are talking about it, and it does actually, it made me feel better to acknowledge our loss than just kind of stay quiet about it and act like it didn't happen.
Hopefully it just helps other women, because you really feel alone in this. But hopefully through this we can kind of share our stories, and it's like you're not alone. This does happen, and sometimes women may go through it multiple times. And so if we can just help one person feel like they're not alone in this situation, that would be wonderful. So.